There's a moment you don't talk about, when you're with someone, and instead of feeling lighter, you feel quietly drained. Nothing dramatic happened, no big fight, no clear reason, but something feels off, and you keep asking yourself, am I overthinking this? Or worse, is it wrong to feel this way about someone I've known for so long? What if the discomfort you feel isn't confusion? What if it's information? Problem. Deep dive. Friendships don't usually end loudly. They fade in subtle ways. You start noticing small things. You hesitate before replying. You replay conversations afterward. You feel slightly tense when their name pops up. Not anxious, not angry, just heavy. And the confusing part is, on the surface, everything looks normal. You still talk. You still laugh sometimes. You still show up. But internally, something has shifted. You start editing yourself, holding back thoughts, filtering what you say, choosing peace over honesty, and slowly, without realizing it, you stop being yourself around them. This creates a quiet identity conflict. Because on one side, you have history, loyalty, shared memories, but on the other side, you have your present self, who feels unseen, unheard, or misunderstood. And the longer this continues, the more exhausting it becomes. Psychologically, this creates cognitive dissonance, a state where your internal experience doesn't match your external behavior. You act like everything is fine, but internally, it doesn't feel fine. And your brain doesn't like this mismatch. So it tries to resolve it, sometimes by blaming yourself. Maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe I expect too much. But what if the discomfort isn't a flaw? What if it's your mind signaling something important? You're not a bad person for outgrowing a friendship. And you're not disloyal for noticing what no longer feels right. Humans are adaptive. Your personality, your needs, your boundaries, they evolve. But not every relationship evolves with you. Some stay fixed in an older version of you. And when that happens, you feel it, not as a clear thought, but as tension. Distance. Emotional friction. This isn't failure. It's adjustment. Your brain is constantly scanning for alignment between who you are and the environments you're in. When that alignment breaks, you don't always get a clear explanation. You get a feeling. And that feeling is often the first sign. Psychological mechanism. Think of your brain like a social thermostat. Its job is to regulate emotional safety in relationships. When you're around people who understand you, respect you, and allow you to be yourself, the thermostat stays balanced. You feel calm, open, natural. But when something is off, even subtly, the thermostat detects it. Maybe it's a lack of reciprocity. Maybe it's judgment. Maybe it's emotional neglect. Your brain picks up on microsignals, tone shifts, delayed responses, inconsistent behavior, and it starts activating low-level stress responses. Not full anxiety, but a background tension. This is tied to the brain's threat detection system, particularly the amygdala. It doesn't just react to danger, it reacts to social uncertainty. Because from an evolutionary perspective, social rejection, risk. So when a friendship feels unstable, your brain stays slightly on guard. You begin to overthink. Self-monitor. Adjust your behavior. This is your nervous system trying to maintain connection. But over time, this creates emotional fatigue because you're no longer relating naturally. You're managing. And that's where the shift begins. Practical framework. 5 signs. It's time to let go. And what they mean, psychologically. 1. You feel drained after interactions. What to do? Start tracking how you feel after spending time with them. not during. Why it works. Your brain processes emotional signals more clearly after the interaction ends. This is when your nervous system reports back, honestly. Example, you hang out, everything seems fine, but later you feel tired, irritable, or mentally heavy. That's not random. That's your brain signaling energy depletion, often caused by emotional masking or imbalance. 2. You can't be fully yourself. What to do? Notice what parts of yourself you hide or shrink. Why it works. The brain seeks authenticity for psychological stability. Suppressing parts of yourself creates internal stress. Example, you avoid certain topics. Change your tone. Hold back opinions. Over time, this creates identity fragmentation. You become different versions of yourself depending on who you're with, and your brain registers this as instability. 3. The effort feels. One-sided what to do. Observe patterns over time, not isolated moments. Why it works, humans are wired for reciprocity. When effort isn't mutual, it triggers imbalance detection in the brain. Example, you're always initiating, always checking in, always adjusting. But when you step back, nothing happens. This creates a subtle emotional signal. This connection isn't being maintained equally, and your brain interprets that as low relational security. 4. You feel worse about yourself around them. What to do? Pay attention to your self-talk after interactions. Why it works. Your environment shapes your internal narrative. Repeated exposure to subtle negativity rewires how you see yourself. Example, you start doubting your choices. Second, guessing your personality. Feeling less than without a clear reason. This isn't just insecurity. It's often a reflection of the relational environment you're consistently exposed to. 5. You stay because of history, not connection. What to do? Ask yourself, if I met this person today, would I choose this friendship? Why it works. The brain values familiarity over quality. This is called the mere exposure effect. We prefer what we've known for a long time. Example, you think, we've been friends for years. But when you look at the present, there's little emotional connection left, just shared past. And your brain confuses that familiarity with meaning. All of this comes down to one simple model: alignment versus attachment. Attachment is about history, time, familiarity, shared experiences. Alignment is about the present, who you are now, how you feel now. Most people stay because of attachment, but your brain seeks alignment. And when those two don't match, you feel it. Not as a clear decision, but as quiet discomfort. That discomfort isn't something to ignore. It's something to understand. Because it's your mind trying to bring you back to yourself. Letting go doesn't always look like ending things. Sometimes it looks like creating space. Sometimes it looks like choosing yourself quietly, without explanation, without drama. Not every connection is meant to grow with you. Some people were part of who you were, not who you're becoming. And that doesn't make the friendship meaningless. It just means it served its time.